Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I really look like a chef right now, but today I am doing a Sunday dinner. Right now it is 11:53 a.m. in the morning. I got finished cooking breakfast like at 9:10, something like that. I said 9:10, something, but yeah, I'm gonna cook Sunday dinner. I think I said it in my last video. I'm going to be cooking some collard greens. I have my collard greens right here. I got from Publix. I am going to cut them up today, right now, and you guys are going to see that. So I'm cooking collard greens and macaroni and cheese. I have my neck bones on the stove right now for the collard greens. I literally just put them on like probably 5 minutes ago. I'm going to be cooking porky beans. I use this brand for my porky beans. I also use brown sugar. It's like I have to buy some more. These are the macaroni. This is the brand that I use. Cheese, cornbread. I'm trying to decide if I want to make this cornbread right here or if I want to make this cornbread. This is a honey cornbread. I really like it, so I think I am going to make it. I really don't care about everybody else's opinion, so I'm just gonna make it. So yeah, make sure you have your honey. I really don't use this brand, but I actually my boyfriend mom about it, so I forgot to get some yesterday from Walmart. So and I'm gonna just fry some chicken again today. Yesterday I made fried chicken, so today I'm gonna make it again. So that's pretty much the Sunday dinner. So I'm gonna just have you guys watch me pretty much cook again and see how I cut up my collard greens, how I clean them. I just like pretty much rinse them off and put them in a pot. Like I'm gonna show you guys like right now. So if you see like this foam and stuff like in the water, what I'm gonna do, like I'm gonna let it fill up, pretty much go to a boil. But when it does that, I'm not gonna pour out the water. I'm actually just gonna get a spoon and just scoop it up and throw it in the garbage. And then once it keep coming to a boil or whatever, over time I'm gonna add the collard greens in there, and I'm gonna show you guys pretty much what I mean. But yeah, I'm gonna start cutting up these collard greens. The neck bones just got on, so yeah, just stay tuned. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow your girl on Instagram at _Cypriana. I'm gonna put it in the description below. And yeah, this is your girl KIARA'S. I really look like a high school kid, but that's okay. Have a cutting board, have a knife. Oh, and I have a bowl. I'm gonna put the collard greens in there, but that's just for a moment. What I'm gonna do with this bag right here, I'm gonna actually put the collard greens, the what does it call, like the bottom of it, in there, like the stems. So it's pretty much like a trash bag. Make sure y'all go watch that video right there that's playing. I'm gonna cut this. Since my counter is clean, I'm gonna clean the greens on top of that. So what I'm gonna do, what I do step one is pretty much like I fold the sides of the greens towards the stem, so it's gonna like be folded like that. And all I do is like pretty much just pull it apart, and then it comes literally like off like this. So that's how the stem is. That's trash. And if it's more, all I'm gonna do is just pull it off, but it's no more. I try to pull as much as I could. So I just continue to do that throughout every single one. So I'm gonna just show you guys how I roll my collard greens and cut them up, because this is like step one. So all I do is just roll it. Like I'm rolling, well, I don't, but yeah. All I'm doing is like rolling it. So it's gonna be like this. And then I start from the back of it, and then I just cut it. Like I cut it really small. Don't cut your finger. And this is what I mean by small. Like you see, that's how thin it is. That's how small. And I'm gonna do that to every single one. So just continue to watch me as I do all of this. Guys, as I was telling you earlier, wait, like this. So as I was telling you guys earlier about, see all of this stuff right here. All I'm gonna do is like soak that up, and I got a paper plate, and it's gonna go right on there. Everything may not come up the first time, but that's all I'm like doing to the neck bones until they get done. Well, not until they get done, but yeah, that's about it. And now I'm going to go and I cut up the greens. The greens are done, so I'm gonna go wash them. So you guys, the neck bones are pretty much done. As you can see, the water have changed. I let it boil all the way down, and with it boiling all the way down, I pretty much just added some more water because now I'm gonna add my collard greens. As you can see, like, they are soft. I don't really care for them to be apart, but I just wanted to show you guys like pretty much how they look. So I'm going to add some seasoning inside of this. I use complete seasoning. I'm going to add inside of the water because I want it to have flavor before I put in the collard greens. So I'm going to add some complete seasoning. I'm going to add some onion powder. That's like what I also added, onion powder. I also have some garlic powder I'm gonna add in. Pretty much everything that I use to season my chicken. Everything I use to season my chicken, that's pretty much what I use for everything. Seasoned salt. I'm gonna add some black pepper. And this is to give the water some flavor in nature seasoning. This is to give the water some flavor. So when I put it in collard greens, I'm going to put more seasoning, but this is like pretty much like a step one, if you get what I'm saying. I can use the rest of this. There's only a little bit left, so I got another one. So I'm just like going to stir that. Let that seasoning soak in, and then I'm gonna say like I'm gonna wait a good 5 minutes, and I'm gonna allow that to sit, and I'm gonna add the collard greens when that comes to a boil, and I'm gonna show you guys. So you guys, the water came to a boil, and I'm gonna add one of these chicken Bouillon cubes. It's like this small right here, as you guys can see. I'm gonna open it, and I'm gonna add it inside of the water. I'm gonna try to like crush it up first. gonna add a splash of white vinegar right here. I'm just gonna add a splash of it, and I'm gonna let that boil some more. I'm gonna just add that much. So you guys, it's 2:54. I have my greens right here. They are washed. I put them inside of the refrigerator. So now I'm going to add them inside of the pot. I have another bag. And you see how fast they went down? It's like I really don't have to have a lot because it's probably like a today eating wise. It's not going to be like a everyday. But I'm going to get the other bag and add some more. Well, all of these actually probably could too. I didn't think they was going to go down that fast. So I'm going to just add some more. Make sure never fell by the fire. So I'm going to get my spoon. I'm just going to like pat that on down so that the water, once it hit in the water and everything, it actually kind of goes down. So I'm just patting that down. And as you guys can see, they pretty much are changing colors right now. It changes like to a darker green. So yeah, I'm just patting those greens on down. I have the meat at the bottom of the pot, as you guys can see. I ended up like pulling it apart with a fork. So yeah, I'm just gonna let these sit in here. I'm gonna actually add the rest because it's gonna pretty much go really quick. Go down really quick. All of them fit in the pot at one time. So that's good. And I'm gonna just let these sit in here. I'm actually gonna put the lid on top and let it come to a boil. And so it goes down. And then I will start like stirring it and mixing the meat up. So you guys, I let it sit for like what, about a minute or two. And as you can see, it went down. It changed colors. And now I'm just gonna like flip it. It's not a lot of meat because honestly, I don't really care for the meat to be in the collard greens. I took out all the bones because my boyfriend is really picky what kind of bones in his food. So I took all of the bones out. And I didn't use all of that meat that I had bought from Publix. I actually only did a couple because I could use the rest for another time. So I flipped it as good as possible because it ain't that much meat in here. So I'm just gonna let that sit. Baby, this house smells too good right now. So you guys, I tasted it. It's A1, but I let my boyfriend taste it and he said I need some more seasoning. His mama not here to really taste it, so I'm gonna just add some more. I'm gonna go off of his taste buds too. But I'm gonna just add some. You know, like honestly, adding more isn't nothing wrong because the water is gonna soak it up anyway. So I'm just gonna add some more seasoning, stir it up, and put this bad boy on. So you guys, I have the water on right now for my macaroni. I'm gonna add some olive oil in there so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. And also in this pot over here, I put some eggs because for some reason I wanted some deviled eggs. So I'm gonna add the macaroni. And like I said, I use this brand right here, Abos. And I'm gonna put in 2 cups of macaroni. So I use, where's my thing? I'm just gonna use this measuring cup right here. And I'm gonna fill it up to number 2. I feel like that's 2 cups literally right there. So I'm just gonna yeah, I'm gonna let that sit. Well, I could pour it in right now actually, but let me get a spoon. So I'm just gonna pour in the macaroni. Since the water is boiled, pour that on in and stir it. And I'm just gonna let it sit. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit, and I'm gonna get my cheese out, and I'm gonna shred the cheese and show you guys. So you guys, I have this Kraft cheese, mild cheddar. I'm gonna open this, and I have this shred 2 sizes I have on here. As you can see, I'm gonna use this bigger size. And I'm just gonna like put it in side of the bowl. So you guys can see like pretty much the size of that. Guys, the macaroni is actually done cooking, so I'm gonna take it off of the stove. As you guys can see, it is really done. So I'm gonna go rinse them off. So you guys, all I'm going to do is just rinse some cool water over these to let them cool off. So I'm not running my hands through it. And then yes, I am using a strainer. So I'm gonna pull this inside of the bowl. So as you guys can see, I have the macaroni in a bowl. I trained it. So now I'm gonna go in and start seasoning my macaroni. I'm using the same exact seasonings from earlier. Onion powder, garlic powder, nature seasoning, black pepper, complete seasoning. And I'm gonna just stir that. And now I'm gonna add my milk. I use whole milk. This is what I use. It is cold, so I'm just gonna pour, I'm gonna say a good amount in there. I didn't even measure it. So this is how it looks so far with the milk. Now I'm gonna get a bowl and I'm gonna crack my eggs. And I'm gonna crack 3 eggs. I'm gonna crack 3 eggs. And I'm gonna stir them. And then I'm gonna put them inside of the macaroni. There's 3 eggs in there. Oh, sorry. So I have this 1 tablespoon of butter. Wait, is it 1? No, it says 4 tablespoons. I don't know. But yeah, I have this thing of butter, and I'm going to actually put it inside of a plastic bowl, and then I'm going to put a lid on top of it and warm it up until it's all the way melted. So you guys, the butter is done. And I'm just gonna pour this butter inside of this macaroni. And now I'm just gonna stir everything together. Make sure everything is stirred together. It looks as though, in my opinion, I love to see seasoning inside of my macaroni, and it really don't look like it's any right now. So I'm just gonna add some. Okay, so I added both bags I actually added both back. Put it in one of these pans, and I have some pan spray right here. And I'm gonna spray the pan. And I'm gonna put the macaroni in there. It seems super dry. Do I need to add some more milk? I think I should do it. Let me just add. There's probably like 2 cups right there, look. All in total. Okay, you guys, so as you can see, the macaroni's in the pan. You remember when I shredded this cheese? I'm gonna lay this cheese all on top of this macaroni. Oh man, I just realized I didn't even turn on my oven, but it's fine. I literally forgot about that. I let the oven preheat once I'm done with this before putting it in. So as you can see, all the cheese is laid out. Make sure you cover it how you want, because I'm covering, making sure I don't see no macaroni. So the cheese is all laid out in the pan. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350. I actually forgot to do that once I took the macaroni out. So make sure you do that before you take the macaroni. So you guys, as I'm waiting for, oh, there you go. My oven literally just came on. So I'm going to put the macaroni in there. I'm gonna put it on the bottom row. So yeah. That's in the oven. So yeah, while that's cooking, I'm going to be putting on the rice. I'm going to be using this measuring cup right here, and I'm going to do, I think yesterday I did 1 cup of white rice. So I think I'm gonna do like 1. That's enough, because honestly we don't be eating rice like that. So I'm gonna add some water in this rice and put it on the stove, and once it's almost done, like I did yesterday with the other meal, I'm gonna add some butter in it. So you guys, I have some ice right here, and I will be adding some water in it, some cold water at that. And this is for my boiled eggs. So I'm gonna sit all 4 of the eggs inside of this bowl, because I seen a video on TikTok that shows if you do this, then your eggs will be easier to crack. And then on top of that, who want to peel a hot egg? So you guys, I am peeling the eggs, and they are much easier. So the hack really does help. So go try it and let me know what you guys think about it. And then I'm going to be using the egg, what is it called? The egg yolk, mayo, relish, and mustard to make the inside for the deviled eggs. Now I have a knife, and I'm going to be cutting those eggs straight in half, as you guys can see. And you see the yolk is yellow, and we're going to take that out and put it in another bowl. So you guys, I also added some salt and pepper, stirred it up, and now I'm putting it inside the egg yolk. I mean the egg, and I'm going to put that in the refrigerator to get cold. Even though when you put it in the ice, it actually makes the egg cold. So it's pretty much a hack, a really good hack, because it's like if someone wanted to eat them instantly, they actually could. But I just want them to be a little bit colder, so I'm just going to put them back in the refrigerator. And yeah, that's how I make my deviled eggs. So you guys, now it's time for the pork and beans, and I'm putting that in the side of a pot, and then I'm going to be using brown sugar. I believe I used 1 cup of brown sugar, or probably 1 cup and a half, but make sure it's really sweet to your tasting, because we like sweet food on my side of the family. So make it as sweet as you want it to be. So you guys, the macaroni is done. I'm getting ready to take it out of the oven. And make sure your macaroni is brown, baby. We don't want no watery macaroni over here, okay? So you guys, I poured the cornbread mix inside of the bowl. And make sure you read the back of the box, because that is what I do. I just add honey in there and whatever else it says for me to add on the back of the box. Guys, I added milk, vegetable oil, egg, and I added honey, and then I'm going to mix all of that up together. Make sure you use measurements. As you guys can see, that's what I am doing. And make sure it is stirred properly with no lumps inside of this cornbread at all. So you guys, I did not measure how much honey I used, but I'm just going to add some in there, and then I'm going to stir it, and then I'm going to add some on the top when the cornbread is done. Guys, I am using a cast iron skillet, and I'm going to spray that down with Pam. And then when I pour the cornbread mix inside of the bowl, inside of the skillet, I'm going to add some more honey on top, as you guys are going to see. And then we're going to put that in the oven and let it cook for, I think I did for about 15 to 30 minutes, or whenever it's brown. And if you're not sure if it's fully done, just poke a knife in the middle, and that will tell you if your cornbread is done. So you guys, I'm putting my chicken inside of the grease. Go watch my last video on what I used to season my chicken. And yeah. So you guys, the cornbread is done. I'm adding my butter, and then after the butter, I'm going to add the honey. So yeah, everything is pretty much done now. So yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys tried, and if you guys like the honey cornbread, let me know what you rated. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at _Cypriana and KIARA'S_beauty. And yeah, we're just gonna peace out. Bye. Make sure you comment down below what food you want me to cook